Hi everybody, I'm going to read you for your bedtime story tonight a chapter from The Wind in the Willows. Hope you enjoy it. Chapter 1. The Riverbank. Mole had been working very hard all morning spring cleaning, first with brooms and dusters, then standing on a little table with a brush and a pot of paint, slap, slap, up and down, till he was aching all over. Suddenly he flung down his brush, said, "Bother," and hang spring cleaning, and bolted out of the house into the fields outside. "This is fine," he said to himself. "This is better than painting the house." First he met some rabbits as he rambled along the hedgerow. Soon he found himself by a river. Mole sat down on the grassy bank, and then he saw, coming out of a dark hole on the other side, a brown little face with whiskers. It was Water Rat. "Hello, Mole," said Rat. "I'll come over in my boat to fetch you." "Do you know, I've never been in a boat before, all my life," said Mole. "What?" cried Rat. "In that case, let's go down the river together and make a day of it." He rowed quickly back across the water with Mole. Rat popped into his hole in the bank and came staggering out a few moments later with a heavy picnic basket. They rowed down the river, past the wild wood, as far as the old watermill. There, Rat brought his boat alongside the riverbank so they could set out the picnic. "What have we got?" asked Mole, who was hungry. "There's chicken and ham and salad and lemonade and cake and chocolate biscuits." "Oh my," said Mole. A few minutes later, when they were feeling much better and not so hungry, a very wet and furry head suddenly appeared out of the water above the edge of the river bank. It was Otter. "You greedy beggars," he said. "Why didn't you invite me?" And he set about helping them finish up the picnic. "All the world seemed to be out on the river today," said Otter, wiping his paws on his whiskers. "Toad's out for one in his brand new boat and wearing his new boating clothes." Just then Toad flashed into view, rowing rapidly past the watermill. Rat stood up excitedly and waved to him, but Toad just shook his head and rowed on. By now they had eaten all the food. Otter was in the middle of telling them a story about Toad and beginning to feel a bit peckish again when suddenly he saw a juicy mayfly. With hardly a splash he was gone. So Mole and Rat packed up the picnic things and got back into the boat to go home. Rat was rowing gently along when Mole said, "Ratty, please, I want to row now." "Oh, Peevy's come to join us." "Not yet, Mole," replied Rat. "It's not as easy as it looks." But Mole jumped up and grabbed the oars, knocking Rat backwards. "Stop it," cried Rat. "You'll have us both over." And over they went, sploosh, and they were both struggling in the water. Rat, of course, was a good swimmer and thought it was very funny. Having rescued Mole and got him to the riverbank to dry off, he plunged back into the water to recover his boat. Finally he dived down to the bottom of the river to rescue the picnic basket. "I am sorry, Ratty," said Mole dejectedly. When they eventually got back home, Rat sat Mole in front of a bright fire to warm himself up. And to cheer him up, he told him river stories until supper time. So supper was a very happy meal, and soon afterwards Rat showed a very sleepy Mole upstairs to the best bedroom for the night. And I think he had a very good sleep. Hope you all do too. Good night, everybody. Mwah. Sleep tight.